This is when she tells everyone a version of you that is not true. She tells the teachers you are not involved. She tells her family you are unstable. She tells the kids you left because you did not love them. And here's the part that drives you crazy. Most men think the divorce was the hard part. You signed the papers, you moved out. You figured the worst was behind you. And then you found out the truth nobody warns you about. She is not gone. She just has a new way to reach you. It is called co-parenting. And if your ex-wife is a narcissist, co-parenting is not always about the kids. Sometimes it is about control. It is the last door she has left, and she is going to use it. So in this episode, I'm going to walk you through 5 traps a narcissistic ex-wife uses when you share kids with her. I'm going to show you how each one works and why you keep falling for it and exactly what to do instead. By the end of this video, you are going to see the game clearly. And once you see it, you cannot unsee it. So let's get into it. Welcome back to the Narc Free Man Podcast. If you are co-parenting with a female narcissist, the goal is not to win her over. The goal is not to make her see reason. She is not going to. That door is closed. The goal is to protect your peace and protect your children. That is it. Once you stop trying to fix her and start trying to outlast her, everything changes. So let's look at the 5 traps. I'm going to tell you what each one looks like, why it works on good men like you, and what to do about it. Trap number 1, using the kids as messengers. Here's how it looks. She does not call you. She does not text you. Instead, let's say you have an 8-year-old comes to you and says, Mom says you are late on money. Or Mom says you do not really want to see us. Now think about what just happened. She put grown-up problems on a child's shoulders, and she made you the bad guy without ever saying a word to your face. Why does this work? Because it hurts. You hear your kids say it and your heart drops. You want to defend yourself. You want to explain. So you start arguing your case to a child who never should have been in the middle of it. Here's what you do instead. You never argue back through the kid. You get down to their level. You keep your voice calm. And you say something simple like, that is something for me and Mom to talk about. You do not have to worry about grown-up stuff. I have got it. That is it. You take the weight off your child. You do not take the bait. The message was never really for them. It was for you. And you just refused to receive it. Trap number 2 is the schedule games. This one is sneaky. Your ex agrees to a schedule. Everything is set, and then it starts. She is 20 minutes late for the handoff every single time. She texts you or messages you on the co-parenting app the night before to switch days. She says she forgot it was your weekend. And every time you have to scramble, you have to bend. You have to be the flexible one. Because if you say no, suddenly you are the difficult dad. Why does this work? Because you are a good father. You do not want to lose time with your kids, right? So you say yes. You bend again and again. And slowly, you are not co-parenting anymore. You are just reacting to whatever she does next. So here's what you do instead. You put the schedule in writing. And you live by the writing. Not her text or messages, not her last minute calls, the written agreement. And when she tries to change it, you stay polite and you stay solid. For example, you say something like, our agreement says I have them this weekend. I will see you at the handoff. You do not argue. You do not explain 5 times. You point to the document and you let it do the talking. The schedule is your friend. The chaos is hers. Stay on the schedule. Trap number 3 is rewriting the story. This is when she tells everyone a version of you that is not true. She tells the teachers you are not involved. She tells her family you are unstable. She tells the kids you left because you did not love them. And here's the part that drives you crazy. It is not true. So every cell in your body wants to set the record straight. You want to send the long message. You want to prove it. You want to make her admit what really happened. Why does this work? Because the truth matters to you. You cannot stand being lied about. And who doesn't? So you spend all your energy trying to defend your name. And that energy is energy you do not have for your kids or your peace. Here is what to do instead. You stop trying to win the argument and you start building the record. What does that mean? It means you show up. You are at the school events. You are at the doctor appointments. You keep your messages to her, whether it's texting or a co-parenting app, calm. You let your actions tell the real story over time, because here's the truth. You do not have to convince her. You do not even have to convince her family. You just have to keep being the steady, present dad. The kids are going to grow up. They see who showed up for them, and the story tells itself. Trap number 4, the emergency that isn't. The emergency that is not really an emergency. Let's say you are finally having a good day. You are at peace, and then your phone blows up. Like, we need to talk right now. This is urgent. Call me immediately. So, of course, your heart races like, what's going on? So you drop what you are doing and you call her. And of course, it turns out it is not an emergency at all. It is a fight she wanted to have with you, or a complaint, or a way to pull you back into the storm. Why does this work? Because you love your kids. And the second you think something is wrong, you panic. And she knows that. She'll use that fear like a leash. Every time she yanks it, you come running. So here's what to do instead. You learn the difference between a real emergency and a manufactured one. A real emergency is your child being hurt or sick. That is it. Everything else can wait. So when the urgent message comes in and it is not about your child's safety, you do not drop your life. You respond on your time, in writing. Keep it calm and short. You say, got your message. I will reply this evening. You take the leash off your own neck. You decide when you respond, not her panic, not her drama. You. Trap number 5 is the guilt hook. And this is the big one, so stay with me. This is when she finds the one thing that makes you feel like a bad father, and she presses on it over and over. The kids cry when they leave you, or you are tearing this family apart, or a real dad would just make it work. And it lands. It lands because deep down, you already carry guilt. You wish your kids did not have to go through a divorce. You wish you could have given them the whole family. That wish is your soft spot, and she knows exactly where it is. Why does this work? Because you have a conscience. A man without a heart would not feel guilty. The very thing that makes you a good father is the thing she is using against you. Here is what you do instead. You have to separate guilt from truth. Feeling guilty does not mean you did something wrong. Let me say that again because you need to hear it. Feeling guilty does not mean you did something wrong. You can feel bad that your kids are going through this and still know you are showing up. You are loving them. You are doing the work. Both things are true at once. So when the guilt hook comes, you stop and ask yourself one question. Is this true, or is this designed to hurt? Most of the time, you already know the answer. You are not a bad dad, brother. You are a good dad in a hard situation. There is a difference there. And she is counting on you to forget it. Now let me pull all 5 together because I want you to see something. Messengers, schedule games, rewriting the story, fake emergencies, and the guilt hook. They look different on the surface, but underneath, they are all the same thing. They are all trying to get one thing from you, a reaction. She needs you to argue. She needs you to scramble. She needs you to panic. She needs you to defend yourself. Because as long as you are reacting, she is still in control. She is still in your head. She is still running your day from the other side of town. So the answer to all 5 traps is actually the same answer. You stop reacting and you start responding. Reacting is fast, hot, and emotional. Responding is slow, calm, and steady. Reacting is her game. Responding is yours. You keep it in writing. You keep it calm. You keep it short. You stay on the schedule. You show up and be present for your kids. And you stop trying to win a game that was never built for you to win. Here's what I want you to walk away with today. You cannot control her. You're going to drive yourself into the ground trying. But you can control you, your calm, your record, your peace, your schedule, the way you show up for your kids when it matters. That is where your power is. Not in winning the argument, in outlasting the chaos. And if you are sitting there right now thinking, I see it, I understand the pattern, but I still need help knowing what to do next, then I want you to get my book, Co-Parenting with Her. It was written for men who are trying to raise children with a narcissistic ex-wife or girlfriend. Inside this book, I break down the patterns, the traps, the emotional games, and the mindset you need to become calm, steady, strategic, and focused on your kids. You can get this book using the link in the description or show notes below, or you can find it on Amazon. Brother, you do not have to keep reacting to the chaos. You can learn the pattern, you can protect your peace, and you can become the steady father that your kids need. You are not crazy, you are not weak. You are learning how to co-parent with clarity. Make sure to subscribe. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, it would be awesome if you could leave a rating and a review to the Narc Free Man Podcast. See you in the next episode.